Hey guys, what's up? It's Hoku. Welcome to my channel if you're new here, or welcome back if you've already subscribed. Mahalo mahalo for being here. I truly appreciate it. I appreciate you just taking some time out of your day to stop by and check out my sacred space of just truth seeking and truth speaking. I really had a rough time today filming this video because I've attempted multiple times at filming. I just got a lot of interruptions, a lot of distractions. It just didn't work out the way that I had planned for it, which lately I've been okay with. Just knowing that whatever is meant shall be. So if there's moments where, my attention needs to be elsewhere other than here, that's okay. Let me go deal with what I gotta deal with, and then I can always just reconvene with self and spirit at a later time and just get a moment to myself to do a mindful mirror talk. But today was a whole nother story. It was definitely very, very difficult, and I found myself just really struggling with the element of patience, the elements of frustration, and I was really being called out on a level of taking accountability for my motherhood in a sense. I definitely felt some old triggers and traumas and old generational type things coming up. I know I usually don't speak on it, and also with this revamp, I privatized a lot of my videos, so any other like Q&As or things that I've done in the past that have given you guys a clue of who I am, I believe are no longer visible. So it's like starting from scratch. But for those of you that don't know, or for those of you that can already tell by the channel name, I live in Hawaii. I actually have family roots from here, but I was born in California. I was born in the LA area and raised on the east coast of the continent, or mainland, as most people know. And I would say that my upbringing was very untraditional. I would say that my family, on my mom's side, and I don't want to like come on here and really offend anyone that might come across this that is related to me, so I'm really trying to be mindful of my words. But to put it simply, I believe, I know that we come from a line of toxicity, generational curses, trauma, drama, triggers. There's a lot of heaviness within my ancestry, to put it bluntly. And the one thing that people have to realize is whether you were raised around that or not, like physically raised around your family, that is always going to be a part of you, because that is what you stem from. Like I remember saying in a previous video, what was the environment like? What was the earth, the aina, the womb space like from which you came? Because that really does determine the type of person that you become. It doesn't define you infinitely and definitely, but it does give you a point that you can start with, in terms of taking accountability for who you are, your predispositions of character and personality, and the things that trigger you easily. Like where you came from is a very important thing to look into. So with that being said, I think today, with the acknowledgement of the Scorpio season, the new moon in Scorpio yesterday, and the fact that I'm on my moon cycle, there's just a lot of emotion, there's a lot of hormones, there's a lot of like wave energy. I feel like I'm in the ocean and I'm getting rocked back and forth on these rolling waves. And today, more particularly, I was feeling overwhelmed. I was feeling frustrated. I was feeling unaccomplished. I was feeling insecure. I was feeling all of these things just were coming forth. And one thing that I realized, when there is toxicity, there is shadow, there are things to be worked on, it's gonna come out. It's gonna fucking rise. Like people with any kind of skin issues or textures or whatever, it's usually a symbol of your diet, poor diet, or sweat, or something clogged, or something that the body is trying to excrete or detox. from itself. Usually that will come out through your skin in the form of acne or texture or whatever, right? Skin problems and skin issues, because it's the body trying to get rid of something. And so today I definitely felt these things, these toxicities, these toxic traits and these generational curses and tendencies. I felt those rising up in me. And it was a lot. It was heavy energy. It was like ugly energy. It was bitchy energy. And I was like, is this my period or what? Or like, what the fuck is going on? Because for the last couple days, I've just been in a funky, frustrated mood, and I don't like feeling myself feel that way. But more particularly today, just the acknowledgement of parenthood and motherhood was really pressing on me. The acknowledgement of saying, like, where did you come from? What was your influence? What was the womb space from which you came like before you were birthed? You know, and I know oftentimes when I'm talking, I talk about not really dwelling on the past, or really being in charge and in tune with your thoughts, because as you think, so shall it be. Really being the magician of your life, given the opportunity to change the outcome of whatever is placed before you. But today and in the last couple days, I've just been feeling like almost defeated. But I know it's not who I am. And like I said in the last video, your struggles, your insecurities, all of these waves are going to come. All these struggles are going to be felt. But it's only temporary. You don't have to be stuck. You don't have to stay stagnant in this energy and in these feelings. So I'm aware of that. But I really think that for this mirror talk, this is me like really seeing the traits and the uglier side of myself and acknowledging that. So, and also I know you guys can kind of hear a little bit of nasaliness. It's nighttime. I usually get nasally, but also I caught a little bit of a seasonal cold from my youngest. We did test her. There's no schmovid involved, but I think with just the weather change and whatever's been going on, I've been getting a little bit of a sinus effect. So economy if I do sound a little nasally, because I know it transfers a little bit more on camera. So I've been trying to take, what is this, my echinacea and vitamin C, and I was sipping on some lemon ginger echinacea elixir earlier, and now I'm drinking my water. So I'm really trying to flush it out. But like I said, like sometimes whatever needs to come forth and be detoxed will rise. It will come up. Like there's no hiding from motherfucking truth. That's that justice card. Like the scales will definitely weigh out and show where the fuck you are. So when you're not eating the best, you're not feeding yourself wellness of mind and body and spirit, it will fucking come out and show its face. So the last couple of days have definitely been about that. It's definitely been holding up the mirror and looking at the truth of who you are and where you came from. So for me, I've been kind of struggling with just the frustration that I've been feeling, the impatience that I've been feeling. My youngest, he's absolutely motherfucking crazy. I thought I was crazy, but he's like, he tops me. So yeah, my youngest was definitely testing my patience today. He's just a whole nother ball of wax, and really makes me look back and appreciate how easy I had it with my other three. But with that being said, it's not my son per se as much it is the lesson, the patience that I asked for. It's like the Most High heard me say that I need more patience in my life, so he gifted me with the lesson to learn that patience in a sense. But it's definitely been hard. It's been hard today. It's been hard for the past couple days, and I've just been not happy with the, to be completely honest, the ugliness that has arisen as I'm detoxing, as I'm purging those emotions and those reactions and responses out of my system. And it really brings back the fact that, I really flounder sometimes to reach for a great example of, ideal motherhood. And it really brings back the fact that, when we're young and we are getting into relationships and we're seeking love, we don't really know what the fuck we're looking for. And especially when you come from a traumatic background, or you come from a line of family that is just based off of psychological and spiritual trauma. You don't, you know, there's a lot of abandonment issues. There's a lot of things that are unresolved and unhealed, whether you're aware of it or not. And so in partnerships and connections, you're reaching for what you never had. And so for me, with my oldest kid's father, it was like I was seeking the love that I never received as a kid. So that's my inner child, like reaching out to be loved, without knowing or realizing that that love that we seek outside of ourselves is a love that we have within ourselves. That's a love that we need to be able to gift ourselves. And it took a while for me to even learn that. It took a while for me to even be able to like look at myself and give that to me. But there's definitely moments, even now, where I struggle. You know, I struggle with how much the past and how much the trauma of past generations affects my parenting, affects my inability at times to nurture the way that I had desired to be nurtured. So definitely a justice card moment of finding the balance. So let me stop talking a bit and let me just I don't know what happened to my Gaia card, so I'm just gonna go with this Intuitive Night Goddess deck. I'm just feeling pulled more towards this one. I feel like pulling some cards since I have a minute and there's no interruptions right now. Oh, spoke too soon. So I'm gonna try to get through this and just let Spirit guide me towards what it is that I truly need for this moment, and what you guys need for this moment. Whoever is compelled to clicking on this video, whoever is here, is meant to be here. So, I'm literally just clearing this deck. Yeah, it's just been difficult. Really coming to terms with the fact that I never really had any great examples of, you know, being the type of mother that I want to be. I look back on my childhood and I'm like, damn, shit was fucked up. I never really had a mother, you know, and not to bash or humiliate anyone, but I just never really, there wasn't no Leave It to Beaver fucking Brady Bunch fucking vibes, you know what I mean? It was a lot. Everybody was still healing and dealing with their own issues of growing up. So I know that there were things that affected my dad's childhood that still affect him to this day. There's things that affected my mom's childhood that affect her to this day. And so it's really important to heal before you begin a family. But that's the one thing I struggle with, is that I wish I had known then, when I became a mother, what I know now, because it would have saved a little bit of time in the journey of healing. But things are meant to happen as they are meant. And like I said in the previous video, sometimes that rain gotta fall to essentially water those seedlings into maturity and into growth. And, you know, sometimes we gotta go through the motherfucking lesson. We gotta go through the experience. That's what allows us to really comprehend the lesson, more than just being told, oh, don't touch the fire, don't do this, don't choose that path. You know, we can be told until we're blue, or until the person telling us is blue in the face, but unless we experience the situation, or unless we go through the experience, we're never really going to truly understand the reasonings behind the lesson. So yeah. So I just want to kind of see what falls into place as Spirit guides us today. Okay, flipped Justice card. Did I not just freaking say that? Oh, another flip. Damn. Alrighty. Okay, so the first one we got was the Justice card. Alright, so we got the Justice card, like I spoke of, and it's in reverse, so it's kind of symbolizing, I mean, first of all, the Justice card is about the balance, the almost unbiased judgment of what is going on in your life. Things will be seen as they are. But in reverse, I'm seeing that maybe there's something you're hiding. Maybe there's an element of self that you're not speaking on. And when I mean you, I also mean me. So it's also indicating what we're speaking on today, that most of us as parents don't readily admit. We don't readily admit our faults as parents. We don't readily admit when we're falling, when we feel like we're failing, when we feel like the frustration and the moments of outbursts and anger are more overwhelming than the moments of love and nourishment and speaking and feeding your children, your inner child, and your children life. You know, this is definitely just bringing awareness to what is it that you're not taking accountability for, because the scales are going to show it. And then we have the Sun card in reverse. So what is it that is stopping you from really reaching that sunshine moment, that reaching that energy? Like, this is a very energetic card, so I'm seeing in reverse, you know, maybe there's a lack of confidence, there's a lack of feeling successful in your endeavors, and in staying on topic, maybe a lack of feeling successful as a parent. Maybe you feel like you're failing at your motherfucking job. Definitely can resonate with that. So this is the energy that's coming in. We've already kind of spoken on it, but the cards are just clarifying it. And we have Four of Wands, which speaks of balance and harmony, but it's kind of like keeping hope for your outcome, your lessons that you're learning in this present moment. I can't remember if this was reverse or upright, but yeah, I mean, balance, harmony, celebration. You know, you have both sides equal and balanced. This is happy home. Reverse would mean there's obviously some imbalance, some things to work on within the structures of home that we're seeing in these cards reversed are what we're focusing on. So let me just get, hold on. Alright, so in this particular deck, it says the Four of Wands, a card of joy, stability, and completion. This is a culmination of ideas brought together, and now something grounded can flourish. A victorious hand raises from the earth in awe of the starlit flower canopy. The canopy represents abundance as well as harvest and denotes ideas of union in the sense of alchemical marriage. Take time now to enjoy the hard work you've done and appreciate the joy that surrounds you. Like I said, I wasn't sure if it was in reverse or upright, but in reverse, it's showing maybe an imbalance of harmony in home. And maybe that's stemming from you, from partnership, from unification, from lukahi, or unity of partnership and relations with self, partner, and family. And then we have these three cards that came. We have awakening in reverse. And maybe there's something that you're blind to, that you're not fully stepping into your power of understanding, you know, of receiving what universe has to say. You know, you're in denial. Right now we're in the state of having to fix this. We're really in the state of really looking at why we're not rising to our sun energy. It's blocking our awakening and our evolution of self. We must dive into the deep parts of ourself through introspection, you know, really look at the shadows. I mean, this is exactly what we were talking about. And then we have Nymph of Wands. Let me look this one up. Nymph of Wands. So the Nymph of Wands represents one about to begin a bigger journey, start a project, experience a milestone, or a catalyst to transcend. So it says, you may not have much now, but trust in yourself and the manifesting will follow. This could be a good time to invest in self-care. It is often when we create this space, which is where we at right now, where we are. It is often when we create this space for self that we open up to our intuitive relationship with the universe. What is it that you're trying to channel? What can patience bring you? And that was above the introspection. You know, this was all together. We're blocking our awakening. So we must travel through that introspection. I know I pulled yesterday, delving into the chamber of healing. That's going within. Seeking the answers. Carrying that torch and lighting those motherfucking dark spaces up. Yeah. Lighting those spaces up in order to be able to receive from the universe that intuitive knowledge and intuitive knowing and growth. Because we blocking our blessings here with all the angst and the anger and the frustration. So it's not where we want to be. It's not where we want to linger. It's not where we want to stay. So we need to make sure that we're filling our space with things that help detox, bring forth what needs to come to the surface and wash that shit clean out of our system. You know, so it's okay to experience the moments as parents, as mothers, as people, where we kind of feel like we're not being the best version of ourselves. It's okay to really dive through introspection of our childhood, our inner child, because that's what helps us grow. That's what helps us facilitate our awakening. We want to be awakened. We don't want to resist the awakening, because the scales will always show what is going on, you know. When you deny it, when you don't look within and you deny your sun energy, you're going to be blinded, yeah? You're going to be trying to hide shit. But the scales don't lie. The cards don't lie. I don't really know if this is coming off the way that I am intending for it to. But if it did, please go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. This is more so just me taking a moment, doing the mindful mirror talk thing, and really showing that sometimes we're not in our best and we're not in our highest state. And it's okay. But this is just guidance to recognize when we aren't, and to just help facilitate lighting our path towards flipping the fucking narrative, flipping the truth, gaining the sun energy. We don't want the upside down. We don't want the reverse. We want to make sure that we stay in our light and in our power through our awakening, our divine guidance. Delving deep within with those torches and really putting in the shadow work, you know, to restore harmony and balance, to gain our intuitive insight and collect, you know, that energy of the life that we want to create and manifest. So anyway, hopefully this resonated with someone out there, because I know it definitely was needed, was necessary for me to kind of just touch on this topic and acknowledge self. So yeah, let's put in the work towards changing the narrative and flipping the script and really being that beacon, being that pillar, being that bright sunlight that we know we are, and forgiving ourselves in love and in trusting the universe. So yeah, with that being said, love, light, and always aloha. See you in the next video.